Hey there, guys. So Spider-Man's officially back, and so am I. I'm sorry for my crappy internet. Can set my router, run around my house, screaming, punching myself in the head, and grab an energy drink. But I'm back again. Hopefully the stream looks better. I changed a few settings, and I'm still new to the live stream thing. Hopefully it's not lagging at 3 frames per minute, and I will be slightly more coherent. So if you saw the first part of the stream, I'm essentially just going to repeat myself for the next few minutes. So with me, but for everyone who didn't see that first part, I want you guys to chime in and tell me what you think about Spider-Man coming back to the MCU. I think it's good news. It just means more money for both companies. I don't know why they ever had that debate in the first time. I think there was a lot of bluffing back and forth to see who got the best deal, but essentially Kevin Feige will produce the next Spider-Man film in the Spider-Man Far From Home franchise, and in my opinion, this is the best thing that could happen to the MCU because, like I already said, Spider-Man is that bit of humanity that these MCU movies need. He's sort of the Avenger that ties all the other Avengers together like a nice spider glue, and he has that humanity to him that Tony Stark brought. And I think it's completely necessary, and especially if you watch Spider-Man Far From Home, they do everything they possibly can to set him up to lead the way for future Marvel films. And the other thing is, I don't trust Sony to make a competent solo Spider-Man film in live action. Animated ones, they do a very good job with that. Into the Spider-Verse was a phenomenal film, but not so much for live action. So I wanted you guys to chime in and tell me what you guys think about this bit of news, this breaking news. I think it's good news. So either way, chime in, guys. Ryan King, thank you for the super chat. When are you sending out the Toy Story 4 Blu-ray? Yeah, I did do a giveaway for the Blu-ray. I actually did pick a winner just like 2 hours ago. So I will announce it on Twitter whenever he gets back to me. The next super chat comes from Carter Lovejoy. Here's what you should do. Call your live streams Flick Fridays. Thank you for the super chat, Carter. Flick Fridays. That's a clever name. It's a witty name. The only problem here is I'm not consistent enough to do that. So I don't know if I'm going to. Is this still lagging? I feel like it might still be lagging. Is it? If it is, I'm just ending it and going to bed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should be editing videos right now, but I decided to do this because I'm procrastinating. Flick Fridays would be a good name, but it would be funny if I called the live show Flick Fridays and it came out on like a Tuesday. Maybe I'll do that. And let's see, there was one more super chat I got to earlier and I missed before my internet completely crashed. Justin McDonald, love the 80s hair metal stock music. Thank you. I love it too. It's completely necessary in every way. So how are you guys doing? Am I even live now? I don't even know if it's working anymore. I just hope it is. It's probably at like 280p. No, it's not lagging. Good. I need that. Good. All right. I just wanted to dive in, talk about this bit of movie news. We can talk about other things if you want. We can do some Q&A. And at the very end of this, if the live stream actually keeps working, because my internet service provider is completely awful and garbage, I might talk about some new Blu-rays that I got in the mail over the last couple months that I don't know where else to talk about other than the live stream. So this could be a fun time, and it might give me a reason to dress up like Elton John in a few minutes. So don't get scared now. The super chat from Wild Hog 84. Which villain do you want to be in the next Spider-Man movie? I would like if they just finally put Venom in the next Spider-Man film, even though Sony set Venom up to be sort of an anti-hero type character. But I'd like to see Venom and Carnage jump into the next Spider-Man film. Also, I think I was sort of a little bit disappointed with the execution of Mysterio in the latest Spider-Man film. I thought when you have a caliber of actor like Jake Gyllenhaal coming in, I sort of expected a little bit more, but it's almost like they didn't give Gyllenhaal enough to do with the character. I was expecting like the next Heath Ledger Joker in the Dark Knight, trilogy, but we didn't quite get that. We sort of got it felt like almost a one-note villain. I would also like to see, who else would I like to see in the Spider-Man films? I would like to see a good version of Rhino, possibly not played by Paul Giamatti in a shitty robot suit. I would like to see like the good version of the Rhino. That would be phenomenal. I just remember watching Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Paul Giamatti. Spider-Man, come here, Spider-Man. I'm gonna get you. Don't pull down my underwear. Just what an awful take. I love this man. Well, thank you, Michael, and I love you too. Venom sucked. Yeah, I didn't really like the movie Venom. I just want to see Venom in the next Spider-Man film, but directed by someone better and have a better script and make a convincing story where you care about what's happening other than a generic third-rate comic book movie, which was what I felt like Venom was. What a waste of Tom Hardy. What a waste. Upgrade to Spectrum. I don't have Spectrum here in Alabama. We have Woe and something else. John, I love your videos, but I'm becoming more of a fan of your live chats. I think you're way more personable and you seem more relaxed. In any case, love your stuff. Love from Southern California. Well, thanks, man. Thank you for that. I do like live chats, and I agree with everything you just said. I feel like I strive, and the live chats, I feel like it's what I'm better at, because sometimes when I sit behind a camera in a static position and there's no one watching, I just sort of get bored as I'm talking half the time. I like the interaction. I think the interaction's what I like on YouTube. I think that's what YouTube's all about. And just sit over there in a static position I have. Just great picture quality, HD. You just can't top an OLED TV unless you buy a plasma TV, which they discontinued many years ago. The Blu-ray collection video. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched my Blu-ray collection video from 2 months ago that everyone asked for 4 years, well, I finally gave in. I gave you what you wanted. Enjoy the video. It's an hour and a half long, and it took years off my life. So that is my sacrifice for you, for the sake of entertainment. Yeah. Yes, Ad Astra. I do have an Ad Astra movie review coming. I actually shot it 3 days ago. It's super late, and I was going to start editing the video right now, but I figured why not talk about Spider-Man movie news? So I think this is good news. I just don't know how anyone's truly surprised. I think Disney needed Spider-Man. They truly needed him in the Marvel Universe to, once again, contain everything and give that human element to the MCU. He's relatable. He's like everyone's fan favorite character. And Disney has deep pockets. It's not like they couldn't afford the deal with Sony. So I think it's a win-win for everybody. Wild Hog 84. How long did it tidy up the Blu-rays? Yeah, after I was done with the movie collection video, I had a big pile of movies back here, and I laid on the ground, and I laid on them like a uncomfortable bed, and I sat there and I looked at them for an hour, thinking, this is the culmination of my life's work. and then 5 minutes later, I got up and put them all back on the shelf behind me. So yeah, it was, they lay there for like a day. I made a vlog video that I never released, picking them all up. But maybe, I will release that. All right. Sorry, trying to keep up here with the chat. I love you, King. Thank you. Not lagging now. Well, good. It's not lagging. Great. I just wonder if did you guys find this in your sub box? I'm just curious if this went to your sub box or not. Because YouTube, they don't like me anymore. So some of my videos show up in your sub boxes. Many others do not. Try relocating your setup from the sub basement to upstairs. I'm not in a basement. I haven't been in a basement in 5 years. I'm actually in a second floor apartment building right now, so it should be working pretty good. Odin's movie blog. Hi there. Well, hi there, Odin. How are you? Odin, my good pal Odin. And also my spectacular co-host on my Patreon exclusive podcast, Flickbuster. Dude has to get out of his basement. I'm not in a fucking basement! I'm in a second floor building right now. I wish I was in a basement. There's nothing I miss more than my mother's basement. It was a safe, secure little cocoon for me to lay down in. It's what nurtured me and fed me for many years and made me who I am today. Who should play Wolverine? I think Tom Hardy should have played Wolverine and not Venom. I mean, it's for me, Tom Hardy had the look, he has the height, he has the acting ability. The dude likes to mumble when he acts. So I think he would have been like the perfect like Wolverine. So I mean, but who knows? I mean, I could honestly see him being Wolverine. He can be Venom. He played Bane. I mean, he can be 19 other characters. There's no rhyme or reason anymore. There's no rules or boundaries. Anyone can play anyone anymore. But I would like to see Tom Hardy as Wolverine. That's who I would have picked. Jacob Josie. If you could travel back in time and visit a film set, which one would it be? Mine would be seeing Tom Cruise hanging out on a airplane from Rogue Nation. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. If I could go back in time and visit any film set, that's a tough one. I don't know. I remember when The Dark Knight was filming in Chicago back in 2007. I lived in Indiana at the time, and I almost made the 3-hour drive to go check that out because I knew they were filming. But that would have been kind of cool to see. But if I could actually be up close and personal to what they're filming, I don't know. Speaking of Tom Cruise, I think watching him climb the Burj Khalifa Dubai Tower would be pretty cool to watch. Or being on the set of Titanic, because just being there on a replica set of the actual ship would be really cool. You know, it'd be just to walk around. You see Leonardo DiCaprio standing over there sketching, and then so I think that would be neat. My physics teacher from high school was an extra in The Dark Knight. Well, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I wish I could have been an extra on the Dark Knight or any movie. But I just don't know if it's worth standing around for 16 hours to do it, just to be a blurry person in the background. Rob K, thank you for the super chat. I can't donate to your Patreon until I improve my credit. I hope this helps. Love your channel and your vids. Well, thanks, Rob. I do appreciate that. And don't feel bad about bad credit scores. We are together in this, Rob. Trust me. Trust me. Oh, man. Just don't max out your credit cards, kids. It will ruin your life. That's the best financial advice I can ever give you. By the way, how do you guys like that super chat, that GIF that pops up? I think it's phenomenal. It's everything I've ever wanted. Hey, what's up, man? Love the vids. What do you think about the whole gun violence situation with the new Joker movie? Yeah, I think people need to pull their heads out of their asses and separate violence from art because they're two very different mediums. The same argument has been going around for years. In the 1990s, video games influenced violence. And now movies influence violence. And essentially what's happening is all these media outlets, all these politicians, all these news sources, what they do is they take something that's topical, like the Joker, that has a lot of buzz behind it, and they figure, how can I come up with a narrative to get more views and clicks on my article, or get more views on my news station, or some politician who wants more attention to something else. And what they do is they take what's popular at the time, and right now it's the Joker movie, and they say, okay, let's connect that to violence because there's violence happening. But the truth be told, there's always fucking violence happening. Violence happens every day, every year, every decade. It happened long before we had movies like the Joker. It happened for decades and decades. So to put the blame on one movie that hasn't even officially released yet, it's insanity. It's pure insanity, and nothing irritates me more as a film enthusiast, as a guy who appreciates film, and I I don't like when the two cross over. I don't like when reality can basically guide the path of like an artistic creation like the Joker. There was some news that they made edits to the film Joker to take out certain scenes, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Why does a few assholes who live in everyday society, who are crazy to begin with, who hurt people, get to dictate what happens in a film for everyone else? I think crazy people will always do crazy things. If you have the Joker movie or not, if that guy is completely and utterly insane, he's going to continue doing that. So I don't think a movie is going to make or break that. So those are my quick thoughts. I just remember the argument years ago when the Matrix came out, and they try to tie two situations together that it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So. Wildhog84, thank you for the other super chat, man. Who do you think Jonah Hill will be in The Batman? I'm gonna regret these drunk super chats. Here, have some more money and get another rum. Well, thanks, man. Well, thanks. I promise you won't regret it. But thank you for the super chat, man. Very much appreciated. Who do I think Jonah Hill will be in the next Batman film? First of all, I'm just glad we're getting another solo Batman movie, and it looks like it will be a good movie. I think they're going to give it the care and dedication that it needs. I'm still super bummed out that we never got the Ben Affleck solo Batman flick. I think that's a crime against humanity. But I think Jonah Hill, I think the obvious choice would be to have Jonah Hill play the Penguin. I think that's the obvious choice because Jonah Hill can sort of play a shady guy. I mean, I loved his performance in Wolf of Wall Street. He can definitely do like a dark comedy route with the Penguin. I'm not saying he has to have quippy one-liners and shit, but I'm just saying I think Jonah Hill, if he plays the Penguin, he can have like a bit of personality to it. And I think that would be the obvious choice. But I've also heard he's weighing playing the Riddler as well, which I think would be a bit more interesting of a choice, especially with Jonah Hill. I think he could actually play both characters. So I don't know. I think the Penguin would be the better choice, but I wouldn't be let down if he chooses the Riddler and they go that route. For me, I always thought the Penguin should always be sort of an older actor, and I see the Riddler sort of being a younger actor. I just think the Riddler would make sense for a younger actor. Just want to say your videos make me laugh so hard. They got me through a hard time in my life. Love your videos. Well, thanks the man himself. I appreciate that. I really do. They get me through hard times in my life. Making the videos get me through a hard time. They're sort of like my therapeutic outlet. Rather than see a therapist, what I do is I talk to a video camera and I just share my thoughts, my rage, and my anger. And that's what I do. So thank you. That does mean a lot. John has beautiful eyes. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope when you look into them, you get lost. I wish this was a one-on-one live stream with just John. Yeah, that is that's on my Pornhub account. I charge $14.99 a minute. So I'd like to see a new incarnation of the Riddler by Jonah. I would not mind seeing that either. How long will Spidey be there? I've heard the deal is to at least make one more solo Spider-Man movie with Marvel producing. So that's what I've heard. I think that could continue on. Here's what I think. I think Sony's like, okay, clearly it's beneficial to have Spider-Man in the MCU. It only helps with the popularity of the character. And clearly we don't know how to make a fucking solo Spider-Man movie. So we'll put him in the MCU with a little bit of help of them. And it only increases the value and the stock that we have in this character. So the deal's for one more movie, but I have a feeling, depending on how that movie goes, it could continue on to another movie and another movie with cameos in other MCU movies. Or at least half that was sort of like my theory. Do you watch Sardonicast? I've listened to a few episodes of their podcast. I have listened to a few episodes. I liked what I heard. I like all the guys behind the podcast. I think they're all great. Someone has a foot fetish. Well, that's nice, man. Review the Breaking Bad series. Yeah, no. I sort of did review some of the episodes. If you go to my second channel, John Flickinger, that's right, I do have a second channel no one knows about typically, but I do have a second channel called John Flickinger, and when the final season of Breaking Bad was going on, I actually was reviewing some of the episodes. So if you guys want to go back to like 2013, you guys can watch some reviews for the episode now. This is weird. Oh. I gotta refresh it. Still learning how to use the computer, guys. Okay. That helps. I had to refresh something on my Streamlabs, and now everything works a lot better now. Cash the Killer, thank you for the super chat, man. Favorite Gosling movie other than Nice Guys and Blade Runner 49? I think my favorite Ryan Gosling movie, even with those movies included, would probably be Drive. That's the film that sort of made me notice Ryan Gosling as a great actor. And the film Drive itself, I remember seeing the film Drive with a friend, and he absolutely hated the movie. And I liked it, but I didn't know what I liked about it until I bought it on Blu-ray once it came out months later. And just something about the cinematography, the score, the vibe of the movie. I mean, I do have a few complaints with it, but man, overall, it's like an awesome movie that's just so different. And it was my first experience with the director behind the movie, and I loved it. And I actually do have a Drive jacket in my closet right now, so don't judge me. And sometimes I wear it every once in a while when I drive around at night to go to Walmart. Do you still go to the gym, and do you still put Sour Patches in your pre-workout? Absolutely. Yes to both of those questions. I do both of those, actually. I actually have Sour Patch Kids pre-workout. I bought it the other day, and I put a little bit in this water bottle as I sip as I make this live stream. I feel like I'm a weirdo. I sip on pre-workout as I make live streams. And I also take pre-workout before I make YouTube videos. That's the truth. And it almost doesn't faze me. That's the sad truth. So yeah, I do still go to the gym. I've been slacking probably for like the last 3 months going to the gym. I don't go as often as I used to. I'm not as much of a gym rat as I used to be. I'm sort of getting fat in my stomach a little bit. But that's because my diet has been so garbagey over the last couple months. But yeah, I still go to the gym. I went just the other day. I will probably go tonight. So I do go. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, thoughts? Yeah, man, I watched the trailer. I think we're going to get the conclusion we've all been waiting for since the final episode of Breaking Bad. I'm super hyped, man. It looks good, and I didn't know this until I watched the trailer. I guess I was just out of the loop, but I didn't know it was going straight to Netflix as a Netflix movie, which is awesome, and it comes out in like a couple weeks, so I can't wait to see it, man. I really can't. I'm just hoping that we have a flashback sequence with Walter White. You have to have Walter White in this movie in some form. You have to have Bryan Cranston return once again. So I think they might have like a really extensive flashback, hopefully, that plays a part in this story. That's what I'm hoping. What's the deal with moving houses 4,000 times? Life sometimes it just happens, man. You meet people, you move on, things don't work out, and then you move into another location. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Sometimes moving keeps you fresh. It keeps you new. It keeps you on your feet. And if you can move, if you have the time and you have the money, sometimes I don't have the money, but I still do it. Moving was just an experience. I can't imagine just living in the exact same place my entire life. So I moved from Indiana. I moved to South Carolina, I moved to Ohio, then I moved to Alabama, and eventually I will probably be moving back to Ohio at some point. So yeah, it's you move or you die. That is my motto in life. Hey John, I'm bored at work right now. Tell me everything is going to be okay in your magical and mystical voice of yours. Also, how do you think Terminator Dark Fate will be? A scale 1 to 10, I think Terminator Dark Fate will probably be a 4. Just I'm sorry if trailers to a movie look terrible, like if the color grading, the effects, the acting, if all that looks bad, then I'm sorry I can't have much hope for the movie. If you can't make a good trailer, something that tells me like, you won't make a good movie either. Which film would you like to go back in time and destroy? None. Even the bad movies I think are necessary because without terrible movies, the film industry would never take notice of that and improve and make great ones. So yeah, thank you for the super chat, Night King 01. So yeah, I can't really think of a film I would go back and destroy. There's a lot of films I'd like to go back and just like shake the people behind it and say, "What are you fucking doing? Make a better movie." Joel Schumacher, why are you showing Batman's dick? We don't want to see an up close shot of the cod piece. Are you hyped for The Mandalorian? Sort of, kind of. Maybe. I just don't want to have to buy Disney Plus. So I will give a few episodes of The Mandalorian a try and see what it's all about, and then go from there. But I hope it's great. I really do. It's sort of one of those shows that I just want it all to be released, like the entire first season, and then one rainy day I'll just watch all the episodes. Dylan Arthur, thank you for the super chat. Have you tried Sour Patch Kids fire flavor? I don't think I have. I don't think I've tried the fire flavor. I do like cinnamon, but I don't know if I could eat a whole bag of like fire flavored Sour Patch Kids. But maybe I will try them. Thank you for the heads up though. All right, keep the questions coming in. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. We can talk about anything and everything for the next few minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in to this huge stack of movies here that have been accumulating for the last few months that I should have already talking about, but I have not because I'm a slacker. Oh, by the way, guys, someone just asked me to review Rambo Last Blood. I did a review for Rambo Last Blood. I put it up yesterday. Definitely watch that. It's here on the FlickPick channel. And once again, guys, YouTube, the algorithm on YouTube is just awful. I get told all the time that people get unsubbed from my channel. People don't get my videos in their sub box. So what YouTube does, they're just very selective. They say, hey, you guys can watch this video, but maybe not the next one. So my recommendation, if you guys want to see all my videos and watch my stupid face, definitely click that little notification bell under the video. That does help. I think it's pretty stupid that you have to, even though you're subscribed, you have to click another button for notifications. It's just really stupid. But hey, that's YouTube. Thoughts on Ad Astra? I do have a review of Ad Astra coming. I'm currently editing it right now. I know it's super late. Some really good stuff in Ad Astra. I wanted to love the movie, but I did not love the movie. I will put it like that. So look out for a review all about Ad Astra in a couple days. Thoughts on Marvel versus DC franchise? What do you like? Do you mean the entire universe versus universe of every film they've ever had? Because Marvel clearly is the winner. Even though I like DC, I would have loved nothing more than for the Justice League and Batman v Superman to have been mind-blowing, phenomenal theater experiences. I would have loved that, but it just wasn't the case. You know, it was a culmination of half-hearted ideas and sort of an attempt by a whole bunch of people who weren't quite sure what they wanted to do, and it really shows in the movies. Russ Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Dr. Sleep, also Lou Bloom or Batman? Or I'm sorry, Lou Bloom or Bateman? Man, my mind is on Batman, isn't it? I love Patrick Bateman. Oh man, I love both characters. They both are, honestly, if you went into my brain and you found that little dark spot, I am a culmination of both of those characters internally. Sometimes when I'm just living my life, I have the narration and the sayings that both of those characters have. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but honestly, Patrick Bateman to me is... They're both... That's too hard to pick. I honestly think Nightcrawler is my favorite movie of the two, just by a slight margin. But Patrick Bateman is, I think, might be slightly the favorite of the two characters. The name of the company is Video Production News, a professional news gathering service. That is how it should be read, and that is how it should be said. Don't just look at it, eat it. All right, the next one comes from Dylan Arthur. I have to work now. Thank you for the live stream. Well, thank you for the super chat, Dylan. I really do appreciate that, man, and have fun at work. Whatever it is you do. Thoughts on the next Halloween movies? Just make them good. The last one was not that good. Produced and written by Danny McBride. It had some good ideas. I was super hyped for it, and then we got a movie that just had a really bad subplot, and then didn't really improve upon anything that the original Halloween film did. It's like you don't have to necessarily be better, but try to be as good, and it wasn't. The other thing about that film was I have peanut butter on my penis. Like, they hired like a guy and he did some improv as one of he played the dad in the movie, and they just put in nonsensical lines from him, and it was just takes you right out of the movie. Wild Hog 84, thanks for another super chat, man. Do you think The Rock keeps action movies alive? I think The Rock is like one of the last believable action stars that we have that actually looks like he can kick some ass, because that's always a big plus. But I just wish The Rock was in better action movies. So I do like him as an action star. He is one of the last handful of action stars that feel like action stars. But I think Tom Cruise also helps keep action movies alive, because the guy does his own stunts and he cares and he wants to make good action films. And if you watch a movie like Fallout, well, you have to appreciate that for the sequences that go down in the movie, because he's actually doing them. Favorite 4K Blu-ray? I don't know, man. There's so many. I think Gladiator looks really good on 4K. I think Saving Private Ryan looks really good on 4K. But my favorite 4K Blu-ray that I always watch that makes my eyeballs pop out of my head is probably Mad Max Fury Road, which I believe was actually shot in 2K. So it's not even really a 4K movie. I can only imagine how great it would look if it was. So I'd probably go with Mad Max Fury Road. Hey, I just started a movie review channel. Do you have any tips? Gosh, man, it's tough out there. It's definitely a tough time to drop into YouTube. But good luck. My tips would be just make good quality content that you would like to watch. Do your best. Light your videos well. Use a good camera. Use good audio. Those are very important, because if you're making videos in your bathroom with your phone, people won't want to watch that. And also have a personality. If you're going to talk about movies and you're going to give your thoughts and your opinions on them, bring something new to the table, right? Bring your take on it. Get people a reason to watch your video and somebody else's video on the same movie. I think that's key. Have a personality, or just have a different opinion. The next one comes from Claudio Ragujan. I think I pronounced that right. Should Kraven be in the next Spidey film? I've heard a lot of rumors that Kraven very well could be in the next Spider-Man film, and that's fine by me. Kraven the Hunter's he's a badass. I'd like to see him go up against Peter Parker, Spider-Man. I think that's a good villain. I really do. I think he would almost be sort of like the secondary villain in the film. But I think he would make for a very intriguing villain. The Dark Knight Rises, when you search Central... I don't know what that means. Yeah, so, alright guys, for like the next minute, I will take more questions, and then I'm going to dive into this huge stack of Blu-rays, and then I'm going to put some pants on and then go on with my Friday afternoon, because I have a lot of editing to do. I need to go to the gym, and I sort of need to eat. I forgot to. I ate a piece of old pizza this morning for breakfast. So, don't judge me. Wild Hog with another super chat. Thank you, Wild Hog 84. Did you see Brandon Routh in Superman again? Did you see Brandon Routh is Superman again? Oh, did I see? I don't. Is he Superman again? Where is that at? I thought he made a really boring Superman. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But he was in the most boring Superman film that's ever existed. Joker question mark? No, I have not seen Joker yet. I want to see it. My screening is October 1st, so I should be able to see it October 1st. So I'm waiting to see it. I'm pretty pumped. Favorite pizza place? I typically just go to Pizza Hut. It's convenient. It's close. I don't think it's the best quality pizza, but it's the pizza that I get. Any recommendation on 4K TVs? I would probably go with an LG OLED TV. LG makes the cheapest OLED TVs, and if you're going to get a TV and you're going to spend the money, definitely get an OLED TV. It's the best picture quality you'll ever get. They are expensive, but you get what you pay for, and if you're an audiophile like me and you're really anal retentive about your picture quality, definitely go for an OLED. Shawshank or The Green Mile? Shawshank all day. Shawshank is like my favorite movie of all time. And with that said, you either get busy living or you get busy dying. My name is Morgan Freeman. Shitty Morgan Freeman impression. Russ Rogers, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on Dr. Sleep? Also, do you watch AHS? I think you already left that super chat, didn't you? I was getting to it. So yeah, Dr. Sleep, I'm pumped up to see it. I have wanted to see that movie for a very long time. I will be honest with you, the trailers for the movie don't blow me away, but I do really want to see it. Plus, Ewan McGregor. It's going to be a well-acted film. Yu San Tran. That sounds nice. What does it feel like to get Stuckmanized? I don't know. You wake up all sticky and covered to your bed, and then you got to take a hot shower to rinse it off. I would imagine that's what it's like. I love your Morgan Freeman voice. Well, thank you. What is your most unpopular movie opinion? Where do I even start with that? I don't know. What is my most unpopular movie opinion? Gosh, I don't know. I'd have to go back and dig through some of my reviews and see where people got angry. I have probably a lot of unpopular movie opinions. There's a lot of films that people like, and I'm just like, how do you like that? Why do you like that? I think one might be A Star is Born. A lot of people like that movie, and I just see a substandard movie that we've already seen 4 other times. It's sort of a melodrama at times, and I don't believe or buy into any of the characters' motivations. They all just turn on a dime, and they're just like parodies of who they really are. They're like Bradley Cooper's character. Like I didn't like anyone in the movie, first of all, but I don't know. I felt nothing when I watched that movie. And real quick, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm clicking a whole bunch of buttons. I don't know what's happening right now. Sorry for that. I was trying to fix something, and I just can't quite figure out how to do it. Anyway, the stream keeps lagging, which is a little bit irritating. But yeah, so before I go, guys, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of movies I have over here. Why is that so laggy? What a shitty internet service I have. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about the stack of movies I have. Are you ready? Are you afraid? Are you both? Okay, so they're dropping all over the place. Hang on. All right, here we go. So yeah, the first one up is Mean Girls. This was sent to me the other day. I got this on the day that YouTube decided to take away everyone's verification, which was sort of like a weird day. And Mean Girls, I like the pink case, I guess. Lindsay Lohan is a disaster now, but this is when she was sort of relevant in life. I don't hate this movie. The next one is X-Men Dark Phoenix. The best thing about this film is the Hans Zimmer score, and probably like the last 20 minutes of the film are okay. It's a very underwhelming film that felt like a half-hearted attempt at making an X-Men movie. And Jennifer Lawrence in this film, you could just tell like she was like, okay, just please do anything you can to get me out of this movie as quickly as possible. But I do like the score to this movie. Detective Pikachu. Not a huge Pikachu fan, not a huge Pokemon fan. I played Pokemon one time in 6th grade just to be cool and fit in at the lunch table. But this was surprisingly entertaining. I liked Ryan Reynolds as the voice of Pikachu. But in all fairness, you could make Ryan Reynolds the voice of any CG character, and I would probably like the movie. The next one is Godzilla King of Monsters. I wanted to like this movie, but I felt like it failed at everything that it was trying to do. For example, when you had you had Godzilla fighting in this film, rather than make it feel like this big epic scope of a film, it sort of just felt like up close shots and with some lackluster CG. I actually think the 2014 version was superior because it had this eeriness to it, and some of the visuals were actually, they had like the epicness to them and a bigger scope. And for me, every time Godzilla wasn't on the screen in this movie, and you got to see how stupid some of the characters were, and they were just doing things that made no sense, I was like, please, just go to the next thing. So those are my thoughts on Godzilla King of Monsters. The next one was Weird Science. This is an Arrow release, which is a really nice put together release. It's still in the plastic, but I like the way it looks. About two nerds who make a woman on their computer. Like, imagine doing that. Imagine just like using your computer to create somebody and wearing a bra on top of your head as you do it. But this is pure 80s. This is a phenomenal film. Double Impact. Watched this since I randomly watched it on TV in 1997. Oh, my eyeball itches. Hang on. All right. And then I have John Wick 3, Parabellum. I have a movie review for this. Oh, here's an unpopular movie opinion for you. I didn't love this movie as much as some people did. I thought like the plot was just like, it went out of its way to make a boring John Wick movie, which for me is like, why would you do that? And there was some characters in this film that, like the chick that had the shaved head that looked like Demi Moore from G.I. Jane in 1996. I was like, why is she in this movie? Like I don't want to see her on screen ever. Just the worst, unconvincing character I've ever seen. But Keanu Reeves was phenomenal. I actually think I prefer John Wick the most, and John Wick 2 over this one. Alice, Sweet Alice, still in the plastic, never seen this. The Dark Side of the Moon is another Arrow release. I have never seen this film either. Oh, here's one I watched like a month ago, Brightburn. I think the concept of this movie is really cool, and I think you sort of watch like 30 minutes of this movie and you get it. It's like, okay, he's a bad version of Superman. I get it. And then the movie keeps going for another hour, and it's just like, okay, I'm bored now. I would actually like to see a sequel to this movie as this kid as an adult. I would like to see that. I got this because my girlfriend wanted to watch it. Don't judge me. Okay, they all just dropped on the ground. The next one is Stallone in Lockup. Hey, y'all, no, I'm going to prison or something. I've always liked this movie since watching it, and I think it's a very underrated Stallone movie. So definitely give this a watch, and I have it on 4K Blu-ray. I have yet to see it on 4K, but hopefully it looks really good. The next one is Rocketman, and speaking of Rocketman, I'm going to take one other quick break before I go, and I'm going to answer more questions, so I will be... Just give me like 20 seconds. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm going to answer some more questions. This is my Elton John gear that was sent to me, so thank you guys for that, whoever sent it. But yeah, I have Rocketman on 4K. I am waiting to watch this movie. I need to be in the right mood to watch a fantastical biopic about Elton John. It's just every time I get a chance to watch a movie, it's like I'm not in the mood for this movie. I love Elton John. I like his music. I think it's phenomenal. I don't know if I want to watch like a musical of his life. You know, I don't. I'll save it. But yeah, I've heard it's great. So anyway, guys, sorry for the really shitty live stream. It's laggy. It's awful. I will figure out what's going on, or maybe I'll make a really angry phone call to my internet company. But yeah, guys, I'm going to take a few more questions, and then I'm going to end this live stream. So if you guys have another question, I will answer it, and then I will let you guys go on with your day and enjoy your Friday afternoon. John talking about Blu-rays is the meaning of life. Well, thank you. Do you think Star Wars Episode 9 can save the Skywalker? I think they're going to do everything in their power to redeem themselves after the last Star Wars movie. I really do. I think this Episode 9 has to be a phenomenal movie. People have to like it, and it has to get people excited to see more Star Wars movies, because if this one doesn't work, they should just take like a 5-year break from Star Wars movies. Best Disney princess. I have a video that I made many years ago called Hottest Disney Princesses. And I don't know if I'm proud of it, but I'm just letting you know that. So, I don't know. I think... I don't even remember who I picked as number one. Oh, I think Jasmine, possibly? But I think Ariel is much more likable. Is this really what I'm talking about right now? You guys like these? Favorite movie of the year so far? I'm not sure. I really honestly don't know my favorite movie of the year so far. I'm still thinking on it. You know, I'm still waiting for the year to be over so I can pick my favorite movie of the year. I have some movies I like, but I really don't have a movie thus far this year that I truly love. That's the unfortunate thing. The next super chat comes from Jacob Josie. Sir, I have to go to sleep. Thank you much, sir. Well, thank you, Jacob. Thank you for the super chat. Sleep tight and have dreams of me. Picture me like this in your dreams. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up in like a few seconds, but yeah. Once again, sorry for the laggy stream. I'm sorry. I'm so angry that it was junky and laggy, but next time I will try to fix it. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and make sure you check out my newest movie review over here on the Flickpick channel, Rambo Last Blood, and look out for some new videos coming this weekend or next week. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And I will end this now.